Hello everyone, welcome back to Learn English with Ara. I hope you all are doing well. Let me start with a question. Have you ever told yourself, I will start tomorrow, and then tomorrow comes, and you say the exact same thing? Maybe you want to learn English, maybe you want to study more, maybe you want to start exercising, read more books, create something, or finally work on that idea you have been thinking about for months. You know what you want, you know you should start, but somehow you are still waiting. It's almost like you are sitting in a waiting room, and the strange thing is, nobody is actually coming to call your name. You are sitting there waiting for the perfect moment to arrive. So, today, let's talk about this waiting room. Why do we get stuck there? And more importantly, how do we leave? The waiting room is a metaphor for a stage in life where you are aware that you want change, but you keep postponing the action required to create it. You are not exactly moving backward, but you are not really moving forward either. You are just waiting, waiting to feel motivated, waiting to feel confident, waiting for the right opportunity, waiting for your circumstances to improve, waiting until you know exactly what you are doing, and sometimes we even convince ourselves that we are preparing. We watch videos, we make plans, we download apps, we buy notebooks, we create schedules, we research the best methods, and all of this can look like progress. But eventually, we have to ask ourselves, am I preparing to start or am I using preparation to avoid starting? The question can be uncomfortable, but sometimes uncomfortable questions are exactly what we need. One reason is that starting creates uncertainty. Before you begin, everything exists in your imagination. Your dream can be perfect, your plan can be perfect, you can imagine yourself succeeding. But once you actually start, reality enters the picture. You might struggle, you might make mistakes, you might discover that you are not as good at something as you expected. And suddenly, the possibility of failure becomes real. So your brain says, maybe we should wait a little longer. And that's how the waiting room becomes comfortable. You are protected from failure because you haven't really tried. But you are also protected from success because you haven't really tried. Now, this isn't just a motivational idea. Researchers have actually studied procrastination and the gap between intention and action. One interesting study published in 2017 looked at 177 undergraduate students. The researchers wanted to know whether strategies such as setting smart goals and creating specific action plans could reduce academic procrastination. The result was interesting. Over the 3-week period, the SMART goal and implementation intention exercises didn't significantly reduce procrastination in that particular experiment. But the researchers also found something important. Student initial levels of procrastination were associated with how successfully they later accomplished their goals. So simply having a goal isn't necessarily enough. You can have a beautiful goal written in your notebook and still never act on it. And that brings us to something called the intention behavior gap. You intend to do something, you generally want to do it. But wanting and doing are two different things. From I will to if this happens, then I will. Here is where things get interesting. Another study examined implementation intention. Basically, making a specific plan for when and how you will act. Instead of saying, I'm going to study more, you create something more concrete. If it is 7 p.m. after dinner, then I will study English for 20 minutes. That tiny change matters because you are no longer leaving the action to some vague future version of yourself. You have connected the action to a specific situation. In that study, people who perform implementation intention completely a higher percentage of their planned tasks and reach them more quickly than comparison participants. Now this doesn't mean an if then plan is more magical solution. It isn't, but it gives us more important lesson. Don't just decide what you want to do. Decide when and under what circumstances you will do it. So, how do you leave the waiting room? First, stop waiting for confidence. Confidence is often a result of action, not a requirement for action. Think about learning English. You might say, my English isn't good enough to speak. But speaking is exactly how you improve. You don't become confident and then start. Sometimes you start, struggle, improve, and become confident along the way. Second, you make first step smaller. Make your first step smaller. If your goal is to read more, don't tell yourself you will read 50 pages every day. Read 5. If you want to learn English, don't promise yourself 3 hours of study. Start with 20 focused minutes. If you want to create content, don't wait until you have the perfect equipment. Create one imperfect piece. The goal isn't to make the first step impressive. The goal is to make it possible. Because small actions can create momentum, and momentum is powerful. Ask yourself this. There is one question I want to ask yourself after listening to this episode. Not what do I want to achieve, but what am I waiting for? Be honest. Are you waiting for confidence, for motivation, for permission, for the perfect plan? For someone to tell you that you are good enough? Or are you waiting because taking action would force you to find out what you are actually capable of? Sometimes we don't need another motivational video. We don't need another productivity system. We don't need another notebook full of plans. Sometimes we just need to begin. And please remember, leaving the waiting room doesn't mean you suddenly know exactly where your life is going. You don't need the entire map. You need the next step. Take it, then evaluate, then take another. Maybe your direction will change. That's okay. Maybe you will discover that your original goal wasn't actually what you wanted. That's okay too. Action gives you information that thinking alone can't give you. You learn what works, you learn what doesn't, you discover your strength, you discover your weaknesses, and slowly you gain clarity. So let's return to that waiting room. Imagine yourself sitting there. You have been waiting for the perfect moment, but the clock keeps moving. And eventually, you realize something. The door was never locked. You could have left at any time. Maybe you were waiting for someone to call your name. Maybe you were waiting to feel ready. Maybe you were waiting to become a different version of yourself. But perhaps you don't need to become that person first. Perhaps you become that person by taking the first step. So, after this episode, don't make another huge promise to yourself. Just choose one thing, one small thing, and make it specific. Not I will study more, but if it's 7 Beyond it, I will sit down and study for 20 minutes. Not someday, but I will start today. Because someday is not a day on the calendar, and the perfect moment, it may never arrive. So maybe it's time to stop waiting for it. Stand up, open the door, and take one step. That's how you leave the waiting room. Thank you so much for listening. If this episode made you think about something you have been postponing, don't just think about it. Take one small step. I will see you in the next episode. Take care and keep moving forward. Bye bye, everyone.